Welcome to our channel, where the line between reality and nightmare blurs. Tonight, we're venturing into the chilling embrace of the unknown, where towering peaks cast long dark shadows and whispers of the unexplained echo through the canyons. We bring you 3 terrifying tales of strange creatures sighted in remote mountains, creatures that defy explanation and linger in the darkest corners of your mind long after the story is told. Make sure to turn off the lights, sit back, and prepare to be scared. Our first story takes us deep into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where a lone hiker named Daniel embarked on what he thought would be a peaceful journey. As the sun set, casting an orange glow, Daniel ventured deeper into the woods. Hours passed with only the crunching of leaves and occasional bird chirps, but as shadows grew, unease settled over him. He felt watched, a prickle on his neck. Scanning the trees, he saw nothing but rustling leaves. Dismissing it as imagination, he continued, but the feeling intensified. Then a shadow darker than the surrounding darkness moved with unnatural fluidity. Heart-pounding, he reached for his knife, telling himself it was just a deer or bear. But the shadow's shape and movement were unlike anything he'd seen. Quickening his pace, he felt watched, catching glimpses of the shadow at the edge of his vision. It seemed to toy with him, herding him deeper into the woods. Fear knotted his stomach, but turning back felt more terrifying. Rounding a bend, he saw a tall, shadowy figure, humanoid, standing, silent. Frozen, he felt its eyes on him, though he couldn't see its features. Then it vanished, leaving Daniel alone in the deepening twilight. He ran deeper into the woods, never seeing the creature again, but the feeling of being watched haunted him long after. Our next story takes us to the rugged peaks of the Rocky Mountains, where a group of friends on a camping trip would soon learn that some legends are rooted in terrifying truth. The friends, 4 in all, were drawn to the mountains by the promise of adventure, eager to escape the hustle of city life for the serenity of the wilderness. They set up camp in a secluded clearing, surrounded by towering pines and the breathtaking vista of the snow-capped peaks. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, they gathered around a crackling campfire, sharing stories and laughter. But as the fire died down and the stars emerged in the inky blackness above, the mood shifted. A stillness settled over the forest, broken only by the crackling of the cooling embers. It was then that they heard it. A sound, faint at first, carried on the wind. A haunting melody, both beautiful and eerie, like the mournful cry of a distant violin. It seemed to emanate from deep within the woods, its source impossible to pinpoint. The friends exchanged uneasy glances, their laughter fading into nervous whispers. "What is that?" one of them whispered, her voice barely audible above the strange music. "Probably just some animal," another replied, though his voice lacked conviction. But the music continued, growing louder, closer, weaving its way around the trees, seeping into their bones. It was a siren's song, both alluring and terrifying, beckoning them deeper into the darkness. One by one, the friends succumbed to its hypnotic pull, their eyes glazed over, their bodies moving as if in a trance. They rose from their seats, drawn towards the source of the music, their footsteps silent on the soft earth. Only one of the friends, a young woman named Sarah, seemed to resist the music's call. She watched in horror as her friends, their faces blank, their eyes vacant, walked towards the edge of the clearing, towards the dark and silent woods. "Hey!" Sarah cried out, her voice sharp with panic. "Where are you going?" But her words were met with silence. Her friends continued their trance-like march, their backs to her, their gazes fixed on some unseen point in the distance. Fear gripped Sarah's heart, cold and tight. She knew she had to do something, had to snap her friends out of their trance before they wandered too deep into the woods, but the music, the haunting melody, seemed to press down on her, stifling her attempts to call out. Chapter 3. The Cave Dweller. Our final story takes us to the remote Himalayas, where an explorer seeking to uncover the secrets of a long-lost civilization would stumble upon a horror hidden for centuries beneath the earth. Dr. Elias Thorne, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, had devoted his life to uncovering the mysteries of the past. His latest expedition brought him to the treacherous slopes of the Himalayas, drawn by ancient texts that spoke of a hidden city, lost for centuries beneath the ice and snow. Local legends whispered of a powerful civilization that once thrived in the mountains, a civilization that vanished without a trace. Dr. Thorne, dismissing the legends as mere folklore, was convinced there was more to the stories. He believed that somewhere, hidden amidst the treacherous peaks and icy valleys, lay the ruins of this lost city. After weeks of arduous trekking, his team battling treacherous conditions, they stumbled upon it. A cave, its entrance hidden behind a curtain of ice and snow, its mouth seeming to breathe with an ancient, unseen power. The entrance was small, almost unassuming, but as Dr. Thorne approached, he felt a shiver run down his spine. An oppressive silence emanated from the cave, a silence that seemed to hum with a power that defied explanation. Ignoring the sense of unease, Dr. Thorne urged his team onward. "This could be it," he said, his voice tinged with excitement. "This could be the key to unlocking the secrets of this lost civilization." With a mix of trepidation and anticipation, they entered the cave. The air inside was stagnant, heavy with the smell of damp earth and something else, something ancient and vaguely unsettling. The passage narrowed as they descended, the walls closing in around them, the darkness ahead, absolute. Dr. Thorne ordered his team to set up powerful lamps, their beams cutting through the darkness, revealing the cave's secrets inch by inch. The walls were smooth, almost polished, and covered in strange markings, symbols that seemed to writhe and shift in the flickering lamplight. Dr. Thorne recognized the markings as ancient Sanskrit, their forms both beautiful and unsettlingly alien. He ran his fingers over the smooth surface, tracing the intricate symbols, attempting to decipher their meaning. As he did, he felt a strange energy emanating from the stone, a low hum that seemed to vibrate in his bones. "Incredible," he murmured, his voice echoing in the cavernous space. "This is beyond anything I could have imagined." He continued deeper into the cave, his team following closely behind, their lamps casting eerie shadows that danced and swayed on the cave walls. The passage opened up into a vast cavern, its ceiling disappearing into the darkness above. The air here was thick with the stench of decay, and a strange silence hung in the air, broken only by the sound of their own breaths and the distant drip of water. And then they saw it. In the centre of the cavern, bathed in the eerie glow of their lamps, lay a colossal stone structure. It was a temple, its once grand facade eroded by time and the elements, its entrance sealed by a massive stone door, carved with grotesque figures and disturbing scenes of sacrifice. Dr. Thorne stared up at the temple, his breath catching in his throat. This was it. The heart of the lost city, a place untouched by time, its secrets waiting to be unlocked. As they approached the temple, the oppressive silence that had permeated the cave seemed to intensify. The air grew heavy, making it difficult to breathe, and a sense of dread settled over the group, a primal fear that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. Ignoring the growing unease, Dr. Thorne ordered his team to begin working on the door, determined to uncover the secrets that lay beyond. They worked tirelessly, their tools chipping away at the ancient stone, their efforts echoing through the cavern. As the last of the rubble was cleared, revealing the entrance to the temple, a low growl echoed through the cavern, a sound that seemed to shake the very foundations of the mountain. The team froze, their blood running cold. "What was that?" one of the team members whispered, his voice trembling. Before Dr. Thorne could answer, the massive stone door groaned inward, revealing a darkness so profound that it seemed to devour the light from their lamps. And then, from the depths of that darkness, emerged a creature that defied description. It was massive, its form barely discernible in the flickering light, its body a grotesque tapestry of muscle and sinew, its eyes burning with an ancient, malevolent intelligence. The creature let out a deafening roar, a sound that echoed through the cavern, shaking loose rocks from the ceiling. The team scattered in terror, their lamps falling to the ground, plunging the cavern into darkness. Dr. Thorne, his mind reeling, scrambled back, his eyes struggling to make sense of the horror that unfolded before him. The creature moved with surprising speed, its massive form a blur in the darkness, its roars echoing through the cavern. The team, their screams echoing off the cave walls, were easy prey for the creature. One by one their cries were cut short, replaced by the sickening sounds of flesh tearing and bones snapping. Dr. Thorne, his heart pounding in his chest, knew he had to escape, had to make it back to the surface, to warn the world of the horror that lay hidden beneath the earth. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more chilling tales. The darkness holds many secrets, and we're here to bring them to light, no matter how terrifying they may be. Share your own scary experiences in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and stay scared.